Last season on AutoCraft.
Rift sequence complete. All systems go.
It's time to go. I'll see you on the far side. Whoa, wait a minute. This is the wrong update. Oh no. What the hell happened to me? I guess I arrived early. Let's go and wait for everyone else. So, welcome to Season 2, everybody. Are you ready to decimate this world like we did the last one?
Finally.
Absolutely, yes.
So ready.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started, there's one thing I have to do. There we go. Let's go.
No, my water.
Alright, let's go.
Hello guys, this is Death Dealer and welcome to the first episode of Season 2 of the AutoCraft server. We're currently 12 hours in, well it's a bit more than 12 hours actually. As you can see, I've been doing some work hiding the hideous skin that I created. We will be changing that, by the way. And yeah, we've been doing a lot of work. The server has been quite successful so far. So, as opposed to doing the standard starting episode where we go and chop down trees and mine and stuff like that, I thought we'd change things up a little bit. So, why don't we do a little recap of what's happened so far while we do some more progress on the server here. So this is the Star Island. This is where we fell into the world and where we met up with the other members. And the problem we had was there was only one tree. There's more trees now because of the saplings and stuff. So we had to go to another island, chop wood, come back and get everyone some boats. Then we could head off to the starting area. Now the starting area is to the northeast, which if I look at my coordinates, we are going the complete opposite direction, so let's turn around and go the right way. So as I said, the starting area is to the northeast. I'll bring up a map of the server right now, and as you can see, that is a fair distance we need to travel. We need to travel around 2,000 blocks in order to reach this star area. The idea for this season is we're still going to have main bases and stuff like that, but at the start we want to all base close together in a star area, you know, star town type of thing. Because then that gives us some opportunities for collaboration and some other fun things that wouldn't usually happen. We then have the rest of the claims, so what's going to happen is a few people are going to stick around for a few weeks, some for a few months in the starter area, then they're going to go off to their base areas and do some regular SMP stuff. I myself will be sticking in the starter area for the first few episodes until I get situated. Now, if you're interested in this map, if you like the way it looks, I'll leave the seed in the description along with on screen right now. And before I forget, there's also a link to the Season 1 world download in the description as well. But with that being said, let's head on over to the starting area and see what's been done since the server launched. So here we are over at our starting area. The region behind me, the little dip in the ground, that's where my star base is going to be. And if we look up here, we have Boss, he's going to be situated on this hill. Rustic is right there. Asta and Greenie are in this region here, followed by the Mechanic, Splash on the other side of that hill, and Alex down there. So as you can see, we're all going to be basing fairly close together. I've been doing a bunch of work. I've cut down some trees around the region here, planted some spruce trees because these are super good for early game wood, and I plan on building out of these, along with some birch because birch is going to be a core part of my build. We'll be approaching our starter build later on in this episode. So, last night when the server launched, we were quite busy with different things. Everyone went off, broke off into individual groups, doing different things. I decided to meet up with Splash and go to collect some villagers because we both wanted to do villagers in the early game. I won't be doing that myself for a few episodes, but she wanted some very early on. So, what we did was we went south of the jungle and followed the coast round to the east. We then headed over to the savannah biome that is to the east of the jungle. There was a village there, so we raided that. We took all of the material, as in all of the farm stuff from there, all your crops and stuff like that. We then headed northeast, I believe, to the next village, which was on the edge of the savannah and a desert, where we raided that as well, followed by the desert temple, which was located to the north of that. We then looked around, headed to yet another village, which we then raided that, and then we went back to the village we were in originally. We went via I think it was it wasn't a shattered savannah, it was one of those weird mesa biome things. I can't remember the exact name of it right now. We went through that, we had some fun, jumping over ravines and stuff like that, and we eventually got home. But before we got home, obviously we went and picked up the villagers, so we got some boats and then we brought them home, used some pistons to move them up, and then we finally brought them over here to Splash's area. So if we just head inside real quick, Splash is in here right now doing the villager stuff. As you can see, she's done a bunch of breeding. Hi. She's done a bunch of breeding already, and she's already got a whole bunch of villagers with enchantments and stuff like that. And since we helped bring them over, we get to use these villagers free of charge. I won't be doing that myself though. I will be using these guys, but not that much. I'll be using them for the basic gear, like, you know, enchanted pickaxes and stuff like that. I also made use of Splash's farm here, collecting some potatoes and some sugarcane, just enough to get by, and not a major amount because she needs them for trading and for breeding the villagers. So far I've been living on bread. Most of that was achieved by raiding the villages because they're a really good source of bread in the early game. You just go and take down all the hay bales you find. Obviously those don't generate in certain village types. So I lived off this for a while, but I want to switch to baked potatoes by the end of this episode ideally because that is a much better food source. Speaking of, oh look, there's Asta right there. This is the community mine, so people use this to go strip mining and stuff like that. I vowed not to do strip mining this season. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. I'm definitely going to be going strip mining. Up until now, I haven't really done much in the way of mining. I have went and got some basic iron stuff, so enough for an iron pick and iron sword, and I even went through like 3 iron axes, cutting down trees before I eventually ran out. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you how I went from this to this. Yeah, we went strip mining. Alright, so Season 7 is now well underway. I want to use this time-lapse chat to talk about my plans for the season, along with some things I plan on changing about my content going forward. So this season, obviously, we're planning on building big. Building big is good. And in terms of the actual theme of the builds I'm going to be doing, I haven't quite decided that yet. So those ideas will be coming up fairly soon. I'm probably aiming to start working my mega base probably within the first 10 episodes, but we'll see what happens there. In terms of my content and stuff going forward, I do want to seriously make an effort to make my content better, not only for myself, because when you watch your own content, it's, yeah, you start to see some things after doing it for a while, but I want my audience, you guys, to tell me what I'm doing wrong. What do you want me to change about my content? Is it my audio, my editing style? Please let me know in the comment section down below, because I do read every comment and I might even reply to them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about my content and stuff like that. That is of course for my old viewers. For the new viewers, hello there, thanks for joining us. Yeah, Season 2 is going to be a blast with everything we've got planned so far. It's been going quite successfully so far since we launched, no major server issues or anything like that, which is pretty good. 1.17 itself is stable from the looks of it. We have noticed a few things with memory usage and stuff like that, but hey, that's to be expected with a new update. We haven't got around to updating our mod list yet. We do use a few mods on the server, but we want to hold off to wait until all the mods come out of their beta development stages for this so that we don't end up with any issues. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump back onto the server and see what resources we got from this mining session. So for the first mining session of the season, it wasn't that bad, it could have been a lot better, but we ended up with quite a bit of iron, so that's 4 stacks of iron, this new raw iron because that was introduced, a bunch of lapis, a little bit of gold, a whole ton of redstone, that much we had to actually craft up some redstone blocks, and we also got a few diamonds. Yeah, we ended up mining 27 diamond ore. We went through an entire diamond pickaxe, so that diamond pickaxe broke, and then we crafted another one, and we got enough diamonds to make a full set of diamond armour. Now all I need to do is I need to process all this stuff, so I guess we should build a super smelter or something like that. Well, when I say super smelter, I mean a super basic one. So I went ahead and smelted 20 pieces of iron so that we can craft up 4 hoppers so that we can make a basic super smelter. Now this is very basic, like super early game, but we don't really need a big one at this point, so let's do that. Let's put in some more hoppers and then finally some chests. And there we go, all we need to do now is take the excess coal we had, split this evenly between the 2 furnaces, put this stuff in each of them, and now we can leave this iron to smelt up on its own. Now, since we've been away mining for a little bit, I thought we'd take a little look around the start area to see what's popped up in the meantime. My area itself hasn't really changed. Obviously, the boss is up there, but he hasn't really been on all that much because, you know, time zones and stuff. But Rustix came along and built his starter house here, which is looking really nice. I love the... What is this? This is deep slate, yeah. And then you've got the tough stuff in there. I really love this block. So I'm probably going to use that in my build. And not only that, he's also did all of this stuff as well, so his starter base is coming along quite nicely. You get Alex over here who's came and built this lovely hobbit hole. I'm also going to be building a hobbit hole, so I guess we are hobbit buds. Yeah, hobbit buds, let's call it that. You get Ast up there making what looks like an iron farm, a basic one, but an iron farm nonetheless. That would have been nice earlier on today. And Splash is away doing her villager trading stuff. So yeah, everything on the server is coming along quite nicely. Not bad for less than 24 hours. So I don't know if you know this or not, but AutoCraft now has its own very dedicated Discord server. We set this up recently and it's public and available for you to join, so if you're interested in joining and maybe having some discussions with a few of your members or sharing a few of your builds, why don't you come and join the Discord? There's a link in the description. Speaking of joining things, the application for Season 2 is open. It won't be open for the whole season, but if you're interested in joining and you're above the age of 16 and you also happen to be a content creator, this might be the server for you. So make sure you go and apply. Link to that in the description. Now, there is one thing I'd like to talk about before we wrap things up for today, fairly quickly, and that would be my release schedule for this season. Let's just say I'm going to be making a lot of content. I'm budgeting for around 70 episodes worth of stuff, probably more. But obviously I can't estimate that right now since we're still in the early days. But that means that since we've got so much stuff to do, there's going to be some weeks where we're making multiple episodes, including this week. So with what I'm planning, I should have my episode 2 out this Friday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm also planning on doing a lot more collaboration this season. The groups we've had in Season 1, like Captains of Industry, the Titans of Production, and Fabigeg have been dissolved so that we can form new groups this season. You'll still see the members of the Captains of Industry, Rustic and Splash in my videos, we just won't be doing stuff to the same capacity as we were before. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun. And not only that, having this starter area, having everyone as close together will make those collaborations a lot more likely to happen. But with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching my first episode of Season 2. I'm hoping to keep you guys around for the whole season, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy my content going forward. Before you disappear and click off this video, make sure you check the description for the member list for all of our members. So if you want to watch some other people, make sure you go and do that because we have a few different members now. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, why don't you leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. And hey, why don't you check out this video?